What's up, guys? Joe with Joe's Golden Garage. I don't think I've done a video on this one yet, and I've actually had it for a few months. This is a 2016 Volkswagen Passat Wolfsburg, which is basically just a base Passat with some alloy wheels. It does have the backup camera and like the Apple CarPlay and what have you, but other than that, it's a base Passat. Got the 1.8T turbo. This was actually a Volkswagen Financial either lease return or repossession. I'm not real sure. I'm kind of thinking it might have been a repossession because we got it super cheap, like 2,000 bucks cheap. It has 161,000 miles, but it is far from perfect. When we bought it, all these little grills were missing down here in the bottom, and of course you can see the bottom fender, or the bottom bumper, is broken and bent up. The hood, I don't know if you can really see it or not, but it's got basketball sized dents in it. The tires were bald and all four mismatched, so I got a new set of Firestones put on it. It had a ton of warning lights and would barely stay running. Power steering wasn't working, blah blah blah, you know. But usually on these Volkswagens, all that is usually just a battery. You need just put a battery in it and it's usually fine. And that's what happened. We bought a new battery, put it in it, all the warning lights, steering light, traction light. I mean, it was like a Christmas tree. They all go away. It was completely filthy, of course, seat stained, but we got here and steam cleaned them, and it's cleaned up real nice. I mean, they were dark stains. Back seat too. Back seat had two car seats that had been in it, but we cleaned it, steam cleaned it, got it looking better. I mean, and the floorboards were just full of food and trash. I mean, that's why I'm thinking it was a little on the repo side, maybe. Oh, one more boo-boo. We got a boo-boo back here on the deck lid. Not real sure what I'm going to do about that one yet. Not sure if PDR can fix that. I may just sell it like it is. But I am going to make some sort of crude attempt to fix this somehow. Either get it attached with some drill holes in it and attach it with a zip tie or something. But my main concern right now is I have a check engine light. Oh, and I do have one marker light out. Car runs great, cold air. It does have the dual zone climate control, so that's nice. And it's cleaned up pretty well. Armrest, yeah, it's got some cracking, but I'm telling you, this is going to be a cheap car. And man, the transmission and engine runs so good. But I've got an engine code for something with the throttle body. And what happens is when the car is cold started, the idle jumps. It jumps up and down above 1,000, then back down, up to 1,000, above 1,000, back down. It varies about 300 RPM, and it will sit there and bounce and kind of give you a lurching sensation until it gets up to operating temperature, and then it's fine. It drives fine. But that's throwing the check engine light. And so anyway, so I got to get that sorted out. And then I think I'm going to throw out there for sale. And like I said, this will be a budget-friendly car. I had half-assed thought about keeping it as a daily. Because man, these Passats, they're big, they're fat, they're comfortable, got tons of room in the back seat, tons of just leg room all the way around. even though I like one with maybe some leather and heated seats, this one suits me just fine like it is. But, you know, I say that about so many cars, but when you got so little money in it, you know, you're like, oh, I ought to keep this one and just drive the piss out of it. The 1.8 pulls pretty strong. I mean, you know, it's not gonna win any drag races, but it's still very strong. The turbo seems to be good and strong. You know, it's got cruise control, Bluetooth, like I said, Bluetooth audio, plus it's got CarPlay if you hook it up to the USB down there. You know, it's a good little runner, and it was cheap. We're starting to pay we used to not pay a lot of attention to the Audi, Volkswagen financial cars because usually they were, you know, really nice, a lot of nearly new Audis and nearly new Volkswagen products. But here in the past year or so, they have been sneaking in some more of their say neglected lease turn-ins and repossessions that have like body damage. They even bring some that have just been flat ass wrecked. I mean, you know, airbags hanging out. I guess, you know, they didn't have insurance, full coverage, so they had to repossess it. Sorry, I lost you there. There was a cop right in radar, and they frown about you being on your phone, filming and driving, which is a bad idea. I get it. Anyway, they bring cars that have visible damage or previous paint work. Sometimes they'll have, like, you know, a 2023 SQ8 with 3,000 miles and it's a lemon buyback, or it has had previous paint work, like it was in an accident and was repaired. We're starting to see more of those type cars show up at their financial auctions. So when it comes to Jettas, apparently they'll finance one of those to just about anybody. Because I have seen some damn brand new Jettas, I'm talking 1 and 2 years old, that are, every body panel is damaged, wrecked, crashed, beat up, check engine lights on. I mean, it's insane. There was one that went through this morning that had 3,000 miles on it, and it looked like it had bounced off a guardrail on the right side and then the wall on the left side, and only 3,300 miles, and they ran it through. But anyway, these kind of neglected Volkswagens are selling cheap. I mean, people are getting these things, dealers are getting these things cheap at the auction. And that was kind of what we, you know, on this one. I mean, $2,000, y'all. Cheap. For one that runs this good. Like I said, it's a little banged up. I got to get the oil changed. It's past due. Got to figure out this check engine light. Hopefully it's not too expensive. But hopefully this is a car, once I'm done with it, I can put out there for, like, you know, $49.95 or something like that. And it makes somebody an excellent car for years to come. With a brand new battery, new Firestone tires, a fresh oil change, you know, cleaned up and detailed. You know, overlook some of the bruises, but hey, you got good A to B transportation, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this car that's currently a project and a work in progress. I mean, it's so smooth. I ran it from Chattanooga down here last night. Shoot, I was running 85, 90 miles an hour, and it was just like gliding on a cloud. these Firestone tires, they are so smooth. We've gotten to where we really like the Firestone store near us, and they'll sell us a nice new set of Firestone tires with an alignment for about right at $500, and that's hard to beat for a quality tire and get an alignment. So yeah, I know they're not the most expensive brand out there, but that's pretty good value. So shout out to them, appreciate them. But anyway, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Project Passat, and we'll see you next time. Peace.